Alright guys, how's it going? 5-Star Wrestling has finally been released, so today we're going to be playing a little bit of a let's play of the game. So here we are on the main menu. Now before I get into it, I'm just going to go through a couple of the different screens so you can see what the options are that's available. So first off we have settings, which is just your basic music, crowd effects. Even though there's no crowd, it's kind of pumping there using speakers. Sound effects for ring mat and things like that. Then you've got the gameplay, turn the HUD on and off. Gameplay prompts such as reversals, and then depending on how much of a challenge you want, there's a couple of different settings for the AI. So you can change the AI's mood to standard, aggressive, unpredictable, stubborn, efficient, or back to standard. If none of them kind of suit your needs, then you can actually change them here. If you want to give yourself a huge test, you can set these all the way at the top, and that proves to be an absolutely impossible challenge that I don't think anyone will ever beat. So we're going to set them back to standard, which is just the default when you get the game. Got credits in there, unlockables, let's quickly dive into that. So here we are with unlockables. You can see Raging Andy Organ costume 2, Curtis Angel costume 2, Dynamite Pegasus, Greg Hardy, Harvey D, Johnny Maivia, Mike Iceberg, Ragnarok. And then move on to the arenas. We've got the 5-Star Arena, Assault and Battery, which is probably my favourite of the lot. Then match types, submission match, 2 out of 3 falls, pinfall only, falls count anyway, first blood match, last man standing match, no holds barred match. So those are all the unlockables. You can see that you start out in the top right there with 1000 SP. So to actually unlock all these, it's going to take quite a while. You'll earn SP using all the challenges in the challenge mode. So there's quite a lot of challenges. I don't know how much you get per challenge. A while. So we'll head back to the main menu. Then we've obviously got exhibition, quick play, and challenges. I'll just quickly go into challenges. So the first set of challenges is the So the only option when you actually get the game is wrestling match. So all the other ones you're going to have to unlock. We'll just be playing standard match in this one. You can change the rules depending on your liking, so we'll just leave them default. And the only arena to play as from the beginning is the gym. So let's choose the gym, so we don't really have another option. Then we'll get the character select screen. So you can see we've got, I think it's 8 characters in total. And they do all have, I think they've all got two costumes in total, but you do have to unlock the alternate one. So for this match, I think we're going to go with Johnny Maivia, and we'll take on, let's go Raging Andy Organ. So let's confirm that. Okay, so here we go with the first match. You can see there, doing a little taunt. If you press any of the taunt buttons on the D-pad, you can actually do that during the intro. So Maivia there with a little just bring it. And a pose from Andy Organ. Very similar to a certain Viper. Bell rings and we'll get underway. So Organ just trying to intimidate us with a little taunt to begin with. So you can see there, reversal system. It's right to try and reverse a grapple, left to reverse a strike, so L2 and R2. And to actually do a grapple yourself, you have to use the right analog stick. So it's similar to some of the SmackDown vs. Raw games. It does take quite a while to get used to when you're so used to using the grapple button in the WWE series. But it's not too bad once you get used to it. I was trying to go for the 4 Maivia punches there, similar to The Rock. Let's see, we'll reverse that one as it went green. We've already got a finisher with the 5 stars there. So let's go for first finishing move. So this is the standard variation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick them straight back up. I'm going to go for the strong version, which is using L2 and finisher. So that just deals a little bit more damage, but actually knocks you down to the mat. And then depending on your stamina, it might take you a little while to get up. But we got up pretty quickly there. You just put Organ in a headlock, knock him down to the mat with that punch. and pick him back up and go for a couple more moves. Got the reversal in there, took him down, that strike the back of the leg. Looks to be going for a submission, so he's going for the Billy Goat's Curse. To get out this, it's exactly the same as a breaking point, you just have to keep pressing all the buttons there. Triangle, circle, X and square. We'll get back to the feet. Go for an Irish whip in the corner. So Irish whip is exactly the same as in the WWE series. Just hit him with a little chop and go into grapple. So throw him into the turnbuckle, deal a little damage. Nice reversal there, we caught the legs, spun him round, and take him out with a clothesline. So one thing that I really like about this is if you press R1 and you press any way to do a grapple, if you're behind, you actually reversed that one so I didn't get a chance to show it, but if you're behind and you want to do a move from the front, if you use the modifier, which is R1, it actually allows you to do a move straight from the front without actually turning them round. Or if you're at the front and you want to do a back grapple, you can use it and it'll go straight into a back grapple, so you don't actually have that turn animation, where in the WWE series, what happens, Owen goes for the RAO, that was really hard to say and not say the other variation, as he goes again for a Billy Goat's Curse, try and get out of this. So this is the submission system. You can see there it just goes towards the regular button instead of the broken one. If it goes all the way to the red, then you'll submit. So we can get these 4 strikes in. So there we go. Patented Maya via strikes. So as I was saying, if you use R1, then if you're behind you can perform a move from the front and it just takes out that whole turn animation. Where in the WWE series, if you do that, then it gives people a chance to reverse you twice. Oh, a nice spine buster there from Maya Via. So it makes it a lot better that way. It takes out that 2 times that you sort of get to try and reverse a move in the WWE series. It just has it once this time. So that is one thing I like. Along with the finisher animations, they've been really good. So those are 2 things that 5-star really does well. Obviously, most people just complain about the graphics. Well, there isn't really a lot that you can do with that. Remember, it is on last gen, so we've all become kind of used to the 2K15 graphics on next gen. So even just going back to some of the old WWE games, then you kind of see just how bad in comparison the graphics look. So that is part of it. We're going to try and finish this match shortly. We've got another patented move there with the DDT. So we've got 5 stars, we've got finisher. We're going to use a wake up taunt. So that's just pressing up for the taunt on the D-pad. So Organ gets to his feet. We'll go for the rock bottom. It's time for a people's elbow. We're going to go for the strong variation using L2. Just to deal a little bit more damage. As Johnny off the ropes, getting ready to drop that elbow. There it is, you can see some bruising on Organ, so we've dealt him quite a lot of damage so far. Who's going to get the feet first though? That is the question. Johnny is back to his feet. Oh, but Organ's up, we're going to go for the pin as well. One thing the developers actually did tell us is that they did have a crawling animation in there. So that would have been really cool to see. And it was something that they had planned before 2K15, so it would have been another first. But for one reason or another, they had to take that out. Which is kind of a shame, seeing just both men fought the match. It would have really added to it. But maybe it's something that I could say either added back in at some point as DLCs are released, or maybe in a future game should there be a sequel. Flow over into DDT. Go for some patented stomps here as well. It's there and there as well. There we go, it's time to go for some more finishers. So we'll go for the strong variation of the rock bottom. Just lift him a little bit higher, both men flying up there. And go for the standard. I think it's called the horn, the elbow in this one. So he goes off the ropes again. Delivering the horn. And again, because it's the second finisher of hit and roll, he's fell down to his back because his stamina is pretty low. So we've got to go with all face buttons to try and get back the feet. Hopefully we'll beat Orton this time and get a pinfall in. It's going to be close. There he is, goes for the cover. It's a delayed 3 count.
2.
And there we go, got the win. So winner via pinfall, Johnny Maivia. Now it's all a case of how many stars did we get for that match. I'm going to maybe guess around 3 stars. Because I think you need some more reversals and things in there to get 5. So let's see how we did. 2.5 stars, so it wasn't far off. Not a bad match. Guys, let me know what you think of this and if you want to see some more 5-star in action. But until next time, catch you later.